Now, as we've been hearing, the cost of living crisis is affecting everything, not just energy, but also grocery bills. Well, joining me now is the food poverty campaigner, Jack Monroe. Jack, so good to have you with us on 5 News again, because we've been talking throughout this crisis, in the midst of this crisis, in terms of where we are now, which is worse than the last time we spoke. How is this impacting the kind of people that you help and support?
Well, it's just getting progressively worse for people. There's less and less in people's budgets. There's less and less that's available for them to buy with the less that they have. We are at an absolute crisis point. In fact, we were at an absolute crisis point a long time ago. We're beyond that now. And people are missing meals to feed themselves or to feed their kids or other members of their household. People are regularly going without sort of nutritious, decent food. Or the people at food banks, volunteers at food banks are reporting that people are handing things back because they don't have the energy to cook them. So they're asking for things like, tinned meals that can be eaten cold, like macaroni cheese and tinned puddings and, tinned curries and things like that. And that's a disgrace in one of the richest economies in the world.
Jack, it's extraordinary in terms of you've gone from being that person using food banks, just really working to a tight budget. Now you're working with the Office for National Statistics and helping them put together these figures. Is that encouraging in that people are turning to you to listen, to get the real life experience of somebody who's gone through this and would understand those on a tight budget?
Well, it's absolutely brilliant that the ONS are working on this, because for 10 years now, I've been campaigning on poverty issues and on hunger in the UK. And it's sort of fallen largely on deaf ears where the people in power are concerned. But the ONS, they're quite difficult for the government to ignore, and for their data and their findings to back up what I've been saying and what many other people have been saying all along. Hopefully, that will be the sea change that's needed for MPs to change the way that they operate benefits, so that benefit amounts do meet the people's basic living costs, and it gives us sort of a stronger footing from which to campaign for, better wages, better benefits, and a better standard of living all round.
However, we did get that news from the government, from the Chancellor, that people can expect money from this windfall tax as much as around 1,200 for those on the lowest income. Surely that could make a difference for those who are on a tight budget.
Yeah, the Chancellor's measures that he's announced will help, a little bit for people who are experiencing a financial crisis at the moment. But what people need is sort of longer term solutions and longer term change. So although like a cash bung now might help to pay off some of the bills that are mounting up, or chase the bailiffs away from the door, when that runs out, everyone's going to be back in the same position, with food more expensive and benefits and wages not meeting their basic living costs and energy bills going through the roof. So although a one-off payment is going to be helpful in the immediate term, the government needs to be thinking longer term about the impact that all of these increases are having on people, and the long-term financial impact on the country that will have in years to come.
OK, Jack Monroe, as always, so good talking to you.